Yo, gents, it's Little Blackie here with another video, man. How you guys doing? So the big question is, am I really a Chad Light? Right? That's the big question. Like, is Little Black really a Chad Light? This guy thinks he's a Chad Light. This guy thinks he's that guy. And I understand if you are chronically online like I am, you obviously see Chad, Clav is a Chad, you see the Framemoggers, you see all these guys who are at like the top tier of society in terms of looks and genetics. And standing next to these guys, I literally look like a cockroach, right? But the truth is, right, perception is huge in the world, okay? The version of a chat light in my location, in my country, is very different from the version of a chat light in a different state or different province. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I feel like a lot of people don't understand this. And when I say that I'm a chat light, I tell you guys, listen, the view or the perception that I have in my current location is chat light. Okay? Here's another thing. There's also something called halos, right? For instance, the way that I speak, right, from a halo perspective, in America, it would actually be a net negative, right, because of my accent and all this other stuff, right? But in my location, it's actually a net positive. Actually a halo, right? And that halo makes me seem like I'm smarter, and it also makes me seem like I'm also going further in life, right? And there's also like a clothing halo, okay? Like how your fashion like is like, I'm saying, how you dress yourself, right? Because there's actually something called something cognition, but basically how you dress literally influences how you kind of like show out in the world, right? For instance, if you wear a suit every single day, okay, you can't, and let's say you're some dude who smokes every single day, you chill with your friends and you hang out in some dizzy ass places, right? You will feel weird smoking and chilling in those different places because the suit, how you're wearing, it's actually like subconsciously it's reprogramming how you see yourself and your identity. So subconsciously you'll start fitting in environments where people can wear suits. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And that isn't seen as a weird thing. Right. So there's also that, right? So like how there's also like the clothing halo, like how people perceive you. So for instance, me, I wear vested tees, right? These goals, bro, they be looking at me like, what I'm saying? Because and the reason why I wear vested tees is because I have an armpit problem. So a lot of people think, oh, this guy's trying to show off that he works out or this and that. It's like, no, I genuinely have an armpit problem, and I sweat a lot as well, and I just genuinely can't wear tees like this. Like right now I'm wearing a normal tee, and it's not that hot, and it's just weird that I'm not sweating as much. I don't know, it's maybe I'm gonna sweat later on. It's just weird, okay? So it's just one of those things where it's like I think I'm a child light, bro. I've been saying this to you guys, okay? Look at the videos with Savannah, with Sharon. There's also another one, okay? Like it's just it's crazy, and I just feel like a lot of you guys can ascend, okay? A lot of you guys can ascend if you guys just believed you could, okay, if you guys just put your minds to it, okay. Like it's weird because once you get to a point where you identify as, let's say, sub 5, right, and you're like, what, I'm a sub 5, then you don't actually want to actually ascend. If I swear to God, if you woke up every single day and you wrote on a piece of paper, I'm a chat light, I'm a chat light, I'm a chat light, let's say about 10 times, and you do that for 6 months, let's see if you're going to be a chat light in 2 years time. I promise you, you won't. You'll be one, right? Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be a chat light, right? All I'm just going to say is that you're going to improve, okay? And how do I know this? Growing up, I was, in a very, very deep, I would say I was in the abyss, okay? I was in the abyss. My life was very dark and I had no light within me. Okay. And my life is still dark right now, but I have the light within me. And because I have the light within me, I can actually see where the tunnel leads out of the darkness. And because I have that, it really makes me sleep well. I don't mind people looking down on me. I don't mind being in the darkness. I am adopted into the darkness. I don't mind the darkness. So all you have to do is try find the light inside of you to find out where the tunnel leads. Now, how do you find that light? Some people might say you look smacks. Some people might say you go to school. Some people might say you do all these type of things. But the truth is, the only way you find the the light within you is finding yourself. And I know that is so esoteric. It's like, oh, am I listening to a fucking manga right now? I don't want to hear this shit. I want to hear this amount of milligrams of this thing and then this and this. But the truth is, like, how many of those people actually like looks max properly? Like, 'cause a lot of the times I see guys who looks max, I want to be honest, and it's like they just grew older. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's just posting pictures of them, 60, 50-year old, 70-year old, and then eventually they get to 21, 22, their bone structure starts coming out, and then oh yeah, now I've looks max, right? So for me, I've never used my looks max and journey pictures from when I was a childhood, when I was a kid, because I just feel like that's disingenuous, right? The looks maxing community is a community filled with charlatans. Okay, everyone's a charlatan here, and I can see it, and it's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave them. Okay, okay, I'm just gonna leave them. I'm just gonna like this one guy who's basically bro, he's got so much followers, and I think he's making around $200,000 per month. And I mean, yeah, dude, he's racking it in. He's basically a millionaire right now, right? He's made his whole life about this looks maxing trend, and he uses Photoshop, he uses AI, and I'm just like, all these people commenting on his videos. I don't know what people. I'm a physiotherapist, and everything you're saying is true. I'm a med student, and I'm like, bruh, you could be a doctor and you could still be an idiot. I promise you. Okay, just because you know of how the body works doesn't make you less of an idiot, right? Being an idiot means that you are basically fooled by someone's ability to change how you perceive them. Okay, someone's halo, for instance, if someone is good looking right now, great teeth, my background is, let's say, a Porsche behind me, the halo, everything that I say stings more, it hurts more, it drops more, right? And that halo, if a fool is going to be like, oh wow, this guy knows what he's speaking about, right? Because he's got all of this, right? But you know what I'm saying? Now, someone who understands life, they're going to realize he might have got this, right? Opposite to what he's saying. He might have got it in other ways, right? So for me, it's like, I genuinely think I'm a child. I genuinely think that I'm the nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? And my video, I'm a child. Like, a lot of you guys were like clowning on me, and I'm just like, you know what? I want to show these motherfuckers. Okay, I want to show all these guys in the comments, just talking about this. I'm like, let me actually go test it out there, because I've been getting looks from girls, bro. Okay, and I'm just like, I'm definitely that nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just went out and I figured out, I'm just like, yo, bro, for all these girls to walk around me in a mall, right, where they might bump into a friend, where they might bump into their auntie, where they might bump into an old teacher, and they don't mind me walking right next to them with people assuming that I'm their boyfriend. That means you're in the door already. Anything that like makes you not like date her is gonna be based upon like status, money. It's gonna be even status is actually one of the things why they allow me. It's gonna be based upon these certain things that you gotta just work on. Okay, and a few things that it's just like, yeah, I'm a chat light, bro. Okay, not in like the universal sense. In the universal sense, I'll probably give myself like with my teeth fixed, everything like maxed out in terms of looks only. I would say I would be a clean six, a clean six, and maybe even a 6.5, right? But then with if I become status max, money max, all these other things, I could genuinely be an eight at a universal level. Okay, like if you look at who's this guy, Michael B. Jordan, right? Clab is right when he talks about, oh no, Michael B. Jordan, the reason why he is seen as good looking is because he's got status and money. He's right. It's a halo. It's a halo, right? But he also like he basically he's benefiting from the same halo that he talks about Michael B. Jordan, right? The reason why these girls like him more than the Chad who's at the parties, because sometimes he gets mogged. Jack Neal was mogging him. Oh, Jack Neal mogs these guys, bro, and he's not even into looks maxing. Okay, like this is one of those things. So um, yeah, gents. This is just one of those things like you can ascend. You can ascend. I'm working on something for you guys, and you know, um, yeah, yeah. Peace out, man. Stay black. Stay Morgan.